Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Body Work Boxing. It feels so good to be back. How y'all doing out there? How are y'all doing out there, man? I'm just like, wow. I'm sitting back, man. I said I made a promise to myself, and I gotta look in the mirror. So I said, I'm gonna stand firm, man. I'm gonna continue to put these stakes in the ground. I'm gonna keep raising up the flag for the hardcore fan. And I'm gonna tell all the pretenders we on that. Yeah. Oh man, like, it's a little weird. Boxing is just a little weird, but you know what I'm saying? I believe that it is kind of getting around to fixing itself. And I said that, you know, somebody got to be responsible, because there's certain people that's going to get the promotion. Why? Because they can be used. Why? Because they part of the whole system. Why? Because people can make money off of them. So they're going to get the free pub. It's others that are being perceived as very, very, very high risk, low reward. And I'm like, man, how could this be applying to Subriel? How could that possibly apply to Subriel Matias, man, when this man got a whole belt? That's why I be trying to say, man, like when I was back on the whole belts don't matter, when that was already shown and proved, when I was on that whole belts don't matter thing, people look at you. Just want to talk about how belts, see, y'all always want to flip flop. It's like, hold on, Subriel Matias got a whole belt. You know what I'm saying? A very decent resume. He's a tough out. And now we starting to hear about, oh man, how this low reward. It's the money. I like, man, people get real creative when they don't want to fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, I think that every boxer has a boogeyman. Every boxer got a boogeyman. I've been kind of calling this man. I've been calling him that, man. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people don't know who's before them. They don't really know what's going on at the point in time when it's really going on. But I'm going to tell you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to guide you in the light. This man got the whole 140-pound division on froze. Got a whole label on froze. Got people maneuvering and doing this and that. I don't know if they're going out and getting, you know, life insurance. I don't know. I'm not sure. But all I wanted was a confirmation. We got fans. We got channel members. We got people, you know, that want to know what's going on so they can make arrangements, so they can get out, so they can start looking, so they can start searching. It was all this energy by Fast Tongue Eddie when he got him over there. And here we are. Still nothing in concrete. I mean, they said it was. Now, I read the article where they said, but it's like, man, where is going on with the promotion? What's up with the best laid plans? Like, where are they? What's going on? And then I heard something wild. I ain't even want to research it. I heard something wild. I heard that Eddie said that after Devon Haney get past Ryan, if he were to do so, that he's going to just vacate that belt. Oh man, I said, you know what? Some things is because I don't want boxing really to have a black eye, and I really kind of want to give a young man his just due when it come down to what he got going on. But when I hear about stuff like that, man, it reversed me right back to that, man. Reverse me right back to that, man. It makes me go right back into the curriculum because after all, these guys, if it ever get hot at 30, we going to 40, bro. So we at that. And once again, like I said, like I called it. The librarian, man. Got people using their inside voices. Lowering their tones. There's some people, I'm like, man, they were out. Like, do you, like, I'm sitting up here saying, you remember Teofimo Lopez? They're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, do you remember Teofimo Lopez? Yeah, we remember Teofimo. Well, where is he? You know, where is he? Where did he go? What happened? Now, oftentimes we have a problem when we don't really hear promoters call out other fighters and be willing to put it out there that they willing to make fights. But we had Fast Tongue Eddie out there saying, man, Teofimo Lopez, please fight Subriel Matias. And I heard Teofimo Lopez went on the mixtape tour. You know, I'm limited. You know what I'm saying? I don't go certain places. You know what I'm saying? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I don't go chasing waterfalls. I stick to the rivers and the lakes. I don't know if that was Ephesians 5. I forgot where I got that, what scripture that was. But I don't go where I don't need to be. And word on the street is that nobody has seen Teofimo Lopez. Nobody has seen Teofimo Lopez, y'all. I'm getting concerned. We already know about the circus. I told y'all about this the other day, man. April Fools. Man, the man on the right is getting caught up in all kind of lies, all kind of crazy stuff lately, man. All kind of just, man, this man is getting, he getting done nasty. I remember on the movie Mac, man, when they finally got a hold to the dude, man. He said, I heard they did him nasty. Shot him up with battery acid. Like, he out here getting done greasy out here, man, because people, why? Because it's not always popular in the beginning, man. The truth, it's not popular. But one thing is, man, when it actually all come out, man, it comes down, man, like an avalanche, man. This man getting hit with an avalanche of so much truth. He getting caught up in so many lies. So many lies, man. This man said that Shakur Stevenson was hustling backwards because he's fighting somebody that he's already fought. He named out a name. So I couldn't confirm it, but I'm like, what are you doing? Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? Because you run around begging and chasing a man that tanked and knocked out 2 fights ago. But that's enough about April Fools. He has no intention on fighting this guy. This guy has 140 division on froze. You heard? I'm calling him Sub-Zero Matias. I've been started calling him that. Sub-Zero got everything on froze. Blunt force trauma. You already know what you want to get. He got it on lock right now. Somebody got to be out here putting a stake in the ground, keeping us focused on the fact that we need this guy to have an announcement. Where's all the energy for this guy? Because these guys don't come by all the time. They want all the smoke. They got the legacy. If you get in there and you ain't on your A game, man, he might send you up. You know what I'm saying? He might put you on that elevator. What's the word? Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? What's going on out there? Who we got in the building? Who do we got in the building? Champion Sports Boxing, Matias asks, what do you want? And crickets, they want life insurance, a pillow. I think they want an air mattress. You know what I'm saying? I think they want the silly pasta pedic. Champion Sports Boxing, salute. You know what I'm saying? What they want? Like, that's where Mr. Haney went looking for his ass. Like, where are they at, y'all? Like, holler at me. Teal female want to fight in Honduras now. All of a sudden, it's like, man, are they all on the yellow brick road? I think we lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, they just pounced. Somebody want a heart. Somebody want a heart. Somebody need a brain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Who need the heart? Who need the brain? Which one is T.O. the Tin Man? Like, is he the Tin Man? Oh man, this is wild, y'all. They going down the yellow brick road. They can't keep up with the lies. I'm curious to know. It's all about y'all. That's why I said we gotta have a meeting. We gotta talk about this. I'm like, man, why are they getting off the? What's going on with Subriel? Angelina, let me know. Salute. Let me know. Subriel is the Suge Knight of the 140-pound division. Hey, what's happening? We want to go over some things. You know what I'm saying? We already passed the whole gaslighting phase. So when I come out and I talk about Subriel, we ain't got to go over that. We see it all. Haney wants to be tanked so bad, it's ridiculous. Yes, I'm like, good grace. And I ain't got to say it. That's the beauty of it. I don't even have to say it. Y'all seeing it. Y'all coming back. Y'all reporting it. This is your platform. Get it off your chest. L30 Cruz, salute Bodywork, salute Cruz. You know what I'm saying? And they shook. George Martinez, salute Bodywork, salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute, salute, salute. Bronx OG in the building. Salute. Hey. It's wild, man, but we got to break some things down. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't leave y'all without anything. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do something. Let's go here. Let me just make sure. All right. Let's look at this, y'all. So right now we know that Devon Haney, he got the WBC, right? We see him here. Devon Haney got the WBC, right? Sandor Martin, this was the guy that took the step aside, you know what I'm saying, when Regis actually had the thing. But right now they got Sandor Martin at number 1. They got Richardson Hitchens right here at number 2. They got Gary Antoine Russell right here, Jack Catterall, Arnold Barbosa. Now we already know they're trying to, if they can. I think this was Oscar actually hedging this bet in a kind of like way. It's almost like when you got a starting quarterback, and then you mess around and draft a quarterback high, like. You mess around and take a quarterback in the second round. I mean, the quarterback you got better be, you know what I'm saying, having his head on a swivel, because when you got a guy that you think is your quote-unquote franchise guy, you don't do that. So for him to have Barbosa in place, Barbosa already coming out and telling us what it really was when it came down, and I don't know, for anybody that really want to actually anybody that might really want me to actually really go back over it and how this was best laid plans, because some people don't be believing fat meat be greasy, and I think that we're all visual people, and then, you know, we got to keep putting these stakes in the ground, and we kind of always got to lay out a picture, because people be saying that they get used to so many lies. And this is not a video for the casual. These are for the hardcore people that really want to know what's going on, want to know the pulse of boxing, because that's what this is. This is the pulse of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta go back and we gotta actually remind people. We gotta remind people. Because they'll say that, oh, you making up stuff and you do this. It's like, no, I'm putting a stake in the ground. I'm scanning my perimeter. Anybody come in my crosshairs, guess what I'm doing? I'm harpooning their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. Yeah. So let me stop the music. And let's see. Let's go back. Let's listen. So whenever comes up with Barbosa, this is what I don't understand about Barbosa.
He wasn't the super champion yet when he retired. He was going to vacate the belt. The belt was vacant, and me and Ramirez became number one, number two. We became going to a first bid for that fight. But Haney had the option because he was going to come to 140, so he had the option to go ahead and jump Ramirez. Just go to number one spot, and basically I'll go number two, and it'll be me and Haney going to a first bid instead of Ramirez. So we had talked. I think it was Haney's dad already. My dad, and then yesterday he was going to do it. So I don't know. Theo caught wind of it, and he just decided, oh, no, I'm not going to retire, and he blew everything up. And then that's when, they made him a super champion. And yeah, that's what happened, man. So then.
That's this guy. That's this guy. Now ask yourself. I want you to ask yourself. This guy, Devon Haney. So according to these rankings right here, this guy, and let me make sure you know how I feel. I gotta have that thing, you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest about what I'm saying. This guy right here, Devon Haney, who has this belt, he beat Regis Prograis for this belt right here. He's choosing to fight the number 6 guy. This is the mandatory. Number 1 guy is the mandatory who already took step aside for him to actually get the belt. He then drops down. So all of these people that want to go buy the book and the ranking system and all this and all that, all these scholars, these boxing scholars and all that, who don't really want to pay attention and do their homework, body work got to do some class work. So this guy right here chooses to go. He doesn't give this guy a shot. Now he has some time, to his credit. He still has some time on the clock. I was doing the countdown. I was like, first it was 10 months, then it was 8 months. I haven't been keeping track here lately. He still has some time before he absolutely has to defend it. So that's, let's not get too crazy. But remember, this guy's already took a step aside. He stepped aside because he was next in line for Regis. He can't complain too much because he got paid. Okay, cool. But now this guy, who should be fighting this guy, goes down past the number 5 guy who was already best laid plans. Remember, they was already going to try to jump this guy over here because he was right here in the rankings. Once this guy said, oh no, I'm coming back, this guy right here, Devon Haney, jumped out of this line. He said, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go over here for this guy who had the WBC Regis Prograis. So we went over Sandor Martin and his history. We know Richardson Hitchens right here, who's number 2 here. So people that's trying to take up, oh my God, Richardson Hitchens, he's number 2 here. He's number 3 in the IBF right here. Nobody in front of him for the IBF. Right here. The only people in front of him over here behind Teofimo Lopez is Arnold Barbosa and Jose Ramirez. Only 2 people in front of him right there. He's choosing Richardson Hitchens. He's choosing to fight number 7, Gustavo Lemo, to eliminate. He's going to see how his weight do, and I guess he's going to charge forward. But he has options because he's number 3 here with Teofimo Lopez, according to these rankings that we're looking at. He's number 2 over here for Devon Haney behind Sandor Martin. Let's see if he ranks anywhere else. Let's see. We're going to do some homework. So, my question is this. Devon Haney goes past the number 5 right here to go for the number 6. All of a sudden, it becomes about money and not legacy. Very interesting. Ticket sales not looking too good. Ticket sales are looking a little anemic. You know what I'm saying? Just a little anemic. But when we look at this ranking system, you go past the number 5 to do a deal with the number 6, who the number 6 really puts you on ice for a second, because the number 6 was actually going to go ahead and try to get it on with this guy for his title. Rolly Romero decided, you know what I'm saying, not to do the thing, because Rolly decided to do it right here with Cruz, the number 2 guy, for all the people who want to take away from Isaac Cruz. And a lot of people wanted to take away from Isaac Cruz, and they wanted to kind of take away from Kambosos at the time, because had Teofimo Lopez had dropped that belt or not fought for whatever back at 135, them would have been the two guys down there that they would have been fighting for. A lot of people discount that. But a lot of people discount where Isaac Cruz was when Tank fought him, just like they discount where Rolly Romero was when Tank fought him as well. Regardless of the caliber of fighters or what you think or their style or whatever, when you want to break it all down to all these people that really want to keep it X's and O's, really want to look at legacy and all this, we're going to eliminate a lot of this by doing a lot of this right now. And it is Thursday. We can do a throwback Thursday. Don't spark that. Right now, I want to keep it all the way a buck, and I want to go through these rankings so that, just like I did the other day with the 135, how they can't be pulling the wool over our eyes and not really showing us what's going on, because nobody really breaking it down like this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really doing that. You're hearing a whole bunch of lip service, but we're going to do it. My question is with Devon Haney is, okay, you're not fighting your mandatory. Got a little bit of time. Okay, cool. You're not fighting. You never said, we've never heard him say this guy's name, Gary Antoine Russell. And I'm thinking he's really moving in silence, because he already knows that Richardson Hitchens is going to go fight Gustavo Lemos right here in this line. He's right here. The only person ahead of him is Sandor Martin. So depending on what Sandor Martin do, based on the winner, then we hearing what Eddie said. Eddie basically said, you saying they saying that Eddie said. I gotta qualify that. They saying that Eddie said. I already knew it was going on, so it's like, y'all really gotta hear Eddie said when I already knew that it was best laid plans. But they're saying that if and when Devon Haney get past this guy right here, you dropping the belt and going to 47. Why? Why would he be dropping the belt and going to 47? Look who's breathing down his neck, man. I told y'all this is Murderer Row. Like, this is really my division. That's why I called it the Row. Why? You got Sandor Martin who can box. Richardson Hitchens who can box. Gary Antoine Russell. He's the butcher. So you got the Rain Man in my boxes to watch, Richardson Hitchens. You got the butcher, Gary Antoine Russell. You got Jack Catterall, depending on how he can box. If we feel like he got your number, you know what I'm saying, he can box. You got Arnold Barbosa. My question is, how do you go for Ryan to the point to where Arnold Barbosa is ranked higher than him? He's number 5, but he's the backup to Ryan, who's number 6. And all Ryan did was beat Oscar Duarte in between the stoppage loss to Tank Davis. How does that even make sense? How was the backup ranked higher than the guy that you getting ready to fight? And they got the nerve to be talking about some legacy. But if we go down, man, you gotta, if you don't know these guys, just like I was saying the other day, if you don't know some of these people in these rankings, because remember, the top 15 is what everybody pretty much looking at. So when we look at this here, we got to really consider this. Steve Claggett, you don't know him, you got to look him up. We know who Jose Ramirez is. Lindolfo Delgado. We know who Regis is. Where you at, Regis? Holla at your boy. I ain't heard from you, bro. Holla at me. Jose Rosa, Dalton Smith. I heard something about Dalton Smith. We know who Michelle Rivera is. You know what I'm saying? I think his real name should be the Chihuahua. I think they got it mixed up, man. I think his name should be the Chihuahua, man. Because Michelle Rivera, man, he's starting to really rub me the wrong way, man. Really starting to rub me the wrong way with some of the things I'm seeing about him. Alberto Puello, we know who he is. And Liam Paro. He make the cut because that's in this line right here. So he's ranked somewhere in that line. So just think about it. The same guy, when they try to take away from Subriel Matias, you know what I'm saying, when they do come out and announce that it's Liam Paro, just remember that same guy in the top 15, which they say is always acceptable when you're going down, he's still ranked in the same sanctioning body as Devon Haney. So when they try to discount him and say, oh, who is he? And he's still ranked to where by the letter of the law, when they say anybody in the top 15 can get a shot, you go down the line and you do a process of elimination. We've already shown how some of these pieces don't matter. See, we just don't know about what Gary Antoine Russell's doing. But remember, we're still waiting on Amazon Prime and the rollout and everything else like that. When we look at Subriel Matias, let's get right to him. Right behind him, not rated, not rated. It's almost like this man got the cooties, don't he? Subriel got the cooties because look, Richards and Hitchens, right? He had a shot. He had a shot to go straight up. I ain't gonna lie. He had a shot to go straight up. He could have got that work. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, 50 grand, but he could have went straight away and got that shot. He said, hey, you want to see how the weight is? You want to move this way? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But remember, this guy has options. Why? He's number 3 here, but he's number 2 there. He's also number 3 here. So he has options. Only one I don't see him in is in here. I don't see him anywhere over here in the WBA. But he's ranked everywhere else before you try to take away from these guys. This is 140, y'all. We're on any given night, it can go down. Jack Catterall, we already know that Jack Catterall, what he's doing is he got to dance with, where he at? This guy right here, Josh Taylor, the former undisputed champ at 140. You know, where I actually had him beating Josh Taylor the first time. Josh Taylor hasn't been having the best of luck here lately. He got spanked by Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? And we thought he was going to go to 147 because I remember a long time ago, I ain't going to charge you nothing for this. I remember when they were talking about Bud getting ready to fight Josh Taylor and Josh Taylor was going to 147. I remember Bud was licking his chops. Just like how he was licking his chops when he was like, oh, well, tell Tank come up here. He would stay at 147, tell Tank to come up here. But it's not the same with Boots. Yeah, I recall. You know what I'm saying? Can't let y'all forget. So, Richardson Hitchens, he's going to fight this guy, saying he's going to go by the IBF rules on that whole thing and see how he feels and all that. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Because he said he wanted to go for another belt. You know what I'm saying? Then come around back to fighting this where he wouldn't have to go by that 10-pound rehydration. I even hear people going to the extent of actually calling Richardson Hitchens a weight bully. I'm like, man, if you try to call a man a weight bully, then it's like you already know the implications. That's just somebody that's trying to eliminate it. Why? Because Richardson Hitchens has also said a lot of things about the young Lord Devon Haney that he was breathing down his neck. He really spilled the beans on Devon Haney. A while ago. It's been a lot of people. Gary Antoine Russell did, Richardson Hitchens did, all of them. When we look in this line, this is where Richardson Hitchens is. We talked about Jack Catterall. Regis is number 5 right here. Hadn't heard from him. Don't know. I knew he was talking about a whole lot of stuff. I know Subriel Matias said he would put him in the hospital and all that before the fight. We hadn't heard from Regis. Just hadn't heard from him. Liam Paro, he's number 6. Logically, that would be the next guy. Richard Hitchens, he chose to fight this guy. Jack Catterall, he chose to fight this guy. Regis Prograis, haven't heard from him. He's going right down the list. He's right here on number 6, Liam Paro. That should be the play. Gustavo Limo is taken off the table. And even if Arnold Barbosa wanted something, I'm guaranteeing he probably could have jumped the line because he has a very good resume. A lot of people know him. But instead of going straight up and saying, all right, well, shoot, nobody signed the dotted line, let me holler at this guy right here. No, he says no. He'd rather be over here to fight this guy if this guy can't make it. I'm not making this up. We know who Jermaine Ortiz is. You know what I'm saying? He arguably beat Teofimo Lopez. Didn't get the nod. Some people say he didn't do enough. You know, I mean, I can argue that he won that fight. I could argue that he won it, but the politics of boxing wasn't going to let him get it. Matthew Jermaine, need to look him up. Figure out who he is, but he's number 10. He's number 10. Elvis Rodriguez. We know who Elvis is. I would have loved to see that Elvis Rodriguez fight with Subriel Matias. We know who Jose Ramirez is, the veteran, battle-tested. Andy Hirioka. Look him up. We know who Shojahan Ergashev is because Subriel already fought him. And then I'm seeing this name, Steve Claggett, again. I'm seeing Steve Claggett again. I'm seeing Steve Claggett here at 13. Let's start looking this guy up, Steve Claggett. Figure out who he is. Let's do some homework on Steve Claggett. You know what I'm saying? That's how I normally do it. I'll go look him up, see what he got going on. And this is homework for me, too. But this is what we're doing. This is what I normally do when I start breaking down fights. That way I know or have an idea what I'm talking about when I actually start breaking all of this down. But we go over here to WBO, we would really love this right here. We would really love this. This right here is fireworks in the making. You know, somebody said I think it's an APB out for Teofimo's cojones. I think I'm not sure where he lost his cojones at. It might have been, you know, from I don't know. We know that they went missing somewhere between when he won the fight or the fight was announced that he actually won. The decision was announced that he actually won over Jermaine Ortiz, and he told his fans, the SMD, somewhere along the line, he lost his cojones. I'm not sure. Maybe we can start a GoFundMe to find his cojones. Maybe we can do a scavenger hunt to find his cojones. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you see his cojones land anywhere around, maybe you can get on the horn and let somebody know, hey, I found Teofimo's, you know, cojones. You know what I'm saying? Here he goes. So he can go ahead and go down the yellow brick road and see Subriel Matias. But let's look. Arnold Barbosa, he's right here next in line. Remember, he got in cahoots with Devon Haney, who was a guy from 135 moving up to 140. He was already in cahoots. We already know Jose Ramirez. I mean, he's turned down more fight. He's turned down more opportunities at the championship than most boxers will ever get. He's turned down more opportunities at a championship than most boxers will ever get. I ain't gonna charge you nothing for that. Richard Hitchens, we talked about him. Sandor Martin, we already know what he is. He can box. Arguably would have gave Teofimo a loss at 140. His first loss at 140, he would have gave it to him if he would have got accredited for the knockdown. We already know he can box. You know what I'm saying? Numbers wise, Teofimo pulled it out, but everybody whose eyeballs was watching it would say that Sandor Martin edged it out. Nevertheless, he didn't get the victory. He's the step aside the number one in line for Devon Haney right now. So he's at number one over here. He's over here at number 4. We know who Josh Taylor is. We know who Jack Catterall is. We already went over that. We know who Elvis is. Sean McComb. If that don't sound familiar, look up Sean McComb. He's already number 8 over here. Do I see him anywhere else? Do I see him anywhere else? Nope. So we definitely got to figure out who this guy is. Sean McComb. Liam Paro, we talked about him. Nestor Bravo. I know who that is. Jermaine Ortiz, we know who that is. Gabriel Valenzuela. Gabriel Valenzuela. Got to look him up. Steve Claggett, we talked about him already. He's number 15 down here. He's number 7 over here. Harlem Eubank, number 14. Koki Inoue. In Harlem, I don't see Harlem anywhere. Harlem Eubank. So that's Teofimo. That's Subriel. Over here with Rolando and Ishmael Barroso, we don't really know what's going on. I mean, I know, Ishmael Barroso has a title and Rolly has a title. I'm not sure if after this ISOC Pitbull Cruise, if they have to fight Barroso. You know what I'm saying? But we got Kenan Sims right here. He's the only one that actually beat. I think he's the one who actually beat Elvis Rodriguez. Kenan Sims. Nice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say that Kenan Sims, Gary Antoine Russell are two of the most. Some people also include Richardson Hitchens as far as those guys that, you know what I'm saying, will be a nightmare or very, very hard for anybody they face. But Kenan Sims' name is up in lights along with Gary Antoine Russell almost. It's just a matter of who you have a preference for and what you're looking for. Pitbull Cruz, he's the one that's fighting Rolly. He has the opportunity. He's the one that I'm a little bit rooting for because I think that he'll be more forthright and we'll be able to get a Subriel Matias fight faster. I think he would fight Teofimo Lopez. I think Isaac Pitbull Cruz, he's not going to play around. I think he's really going to try to create some legacy stuff. I think he's fighting just a little bit more than what the money and all that presents. I think he's really fighting so that he never have to look back. When I look at that off the glove special, it's a little extra something in the air about his struggle. And I don't think he's really at ease because I think he knows that he's just one punch away, getting his lights put out, never been the same, never been able to get that kind of money. So I think that he's going to go for the gusto when it comes to legacy. We see Nestor Bravo all the way up here at number 4. This is the same Nestor Bravo that's down here at number 10. We know who Jack Catterall is. Zankov Torarov, we got to look him up for him to be number 6 right here. Batir Akhmadov, I think I just seen him. Just seen the guy. I mean, I wasn't really impressed. He is sharp. He's kind of sharp, but I wasn't too impressed. O'Hara Davies, that's the one who got the flim-flams put on him. You know what I'm saying? That's the one where I was going to bet that first round knockout, but I didn't do it. Going against my better judgment, I didn't do it, and Ishmael Barroso put him out. Julian Smith, Mikequan Williams, look him up. We know who Jukumbayev is. Jose Rosa, Kevin Brown, Alex Varga, Carl Reed, and Argaba. Now let's look and see which. This is the WBA. We got a lot of homework, man. Some of these people right here in the WBA, we really got to look them up. But we went over some names on here. There should be no reason why you shouldn't be able to talk boxing respectively and not know. So when they throw out a name, we already know whether it's some BS or not. So we talking about a champion that's getting ready to fight somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Either they're going to be a former champion or it got to be some kind of real meaning. But if they're not in the top 15 in any one of them sanctioning bodies, you can weed that out. Unless you want to be casually speaking. I said I needed to go through this because right now, man, this guy right here, this guy right here, he has a division on froze, man. He had the division on froze. It's only two people. It's only two people right here it's only two people right here right now that I know probably wouldn't have a problem with fighting Subriel Matias at any point in any time. And it's the guy. It's this guy right here, Kenneth Sims, and this guy right here, Gary Antoine Russell. If they say, hey, show up tomorrow, we're going to get it on, them two guys are the only guys I actually see running towards that smoke. They're not going to be asking for no life insurance, no accidental death and dismemberment, although it can happen, maybe subject to happen. You know what I'm saying? It could be, but I don't got them doing that. I got them going for the smoke. That's it. That's it. This guy right here, his promoter, basically came out and is going to say that, oh, if he gets past this guy right here, he's going to drop that off and let them fight for it. And then he's going to go and try to fight Mario Barrios. This guy, I don't ever think he would get in the ring with this guy. This guy will, but he's up against the politics. Why? Because image-wise and how marketable it all. It's just like when the last time you seen a video about Ishmael Barroso? But how many do you see about this guy? When they get in the ring, who gives on a better performance? I ain't talking about how they look. I'm talking about what fans come to want to see in the ring. So far, Ishmael Barroso been must-see TV. I don't know about you. So far, Gary Antoine Russell been must-see TV. I don't know about you. Subriel Matias, must-see TV. Teofimo Lopez, he's starting to become half and half. It's just a dose of reality. But we needed to go through these rankings, and we got to do this, and y'all got to do your homework so that you know what you're talking about, so that when these people get to flipping and flapping and yipping and yapping about all these people in these rankings, we already know what's going on in some of the logic. Like, let's go over this one more time. This Devon Haney guy, he's going down here to go see this guy Ryan, who's ranked lower than this guy in Honor Barbosa. Remember, it was legacy, but they claiming that it's all about money. But they said that only reason why Tank sold all them pay-per-views was because of this guy. And the sales or the indicators right now, the market indicators right now are showing that they're not even going to be able to sniff the pinky toe of those sales. I'm sorry. This is a fact-based content type channel. You know what I'm saying? This is not opinion-based. This is why I'm doing this. It is what it is. But why would he be fighting this guy when he's ranked lower than this guy? And this guy will voluntarily be the backup to this guy to get a shot here. When this same Honor Barbosa guy, he's right here. He's number 1 right here for Teofimo Lopez. He's number 8 right here who could say, you know what? Bump this. You know what I'm saying? I found my cojones. They finally dropped. Let's go see Subriel Matias. Because right now, we think it's Leon Paro. It's been all but confirmed. We don't have no real solid concrete, no ink dry, none of that. You know, we use sources. But that's what we actually have. But get into these. Get into these rankings right here. Get to know these rankings, man. In the top 15, you should be able to know, or at a glance be able to say, oh, you should never get caught with your pants down, not knowing who's in the top 15 in all of these. But right now, when it comes down to 140 in that division, this guy right here run it. Stop me when I'm lying. Holler at me. You know what I'm saying? So we all got homework, you know what I'm saying? But this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about this guy right here. Gary rejected a title shot with Puelo when he had the title. All right, but we not okay. All right. I feel you. Devin Ryan fight tickets are flop so far. That was what you get for cherry picking. That's what I said. Subriel's like a bad virus. Nobody wants to get rid of him. Jose Rodriguez, salute. Yep. Every champion got the right of a rematch. Rematches have given us the best trilogy in history. Melazar, Sabar, salute. Good thing you didn't bet against Gramps Barossa. No, I was going to bet for him. I went against my better judgment and bet for him. I was going to bet for him. Rematch clauses are not bad. Hey, Bodywork. That Davey Barroso fight had to be the upset of the year so far. It's possible. Johnny. Bodywork. The shit is that if Pitbull beat Rolly, there's a rematch clause. I don't support WBC or WBC champions. If the tournament is without the WBC, I'm down with it. We need a tournament. Yes, champ. We have to keep that pressure. That's why we're here. And I almost let somebody, listen, y'all. Somebody almost tricked me off my square. They got in my comment section and said, you realize you can't do numbers without putting Subriel name in the title. And I was like, I've proven that I can do numbers. I just said I'm not going to rely on saying one name all day, every day to get it. I've proven I can do it with 4 different boxes at any given time. And I said, you know what? I'm a back off. Then I said, you know what? That's exactly what a hater do. You could remember what I bring this example up all the time when I say how 50 Cent did Ja Rule. All you do is croon, all you do is sing, all you do is blah, blah, blah. What 50 say? Girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down or out? He came right in. Now, he had Nate Dogg do that one, but that's all he was doing, 21 questions. Clickety clank, click. Started doing the same thing that Ja Rule was there, moved Ja Rule way up out of his spot. So I said, who am I? That's exactly what a hater would do to try to get you off your pivot where you know you're supposed to be. Why? Because ain't nobody really doing that. Everybody's caught up in a circus, all this shoulda, coulda, all this musical chairs. We got a real champ with a real belt that's causing a real problem, has everybody in a mass hysteria, and nobody really talking about it. Nobody really asking or putting no pressure on Eddie as to why did you sign this man for 5 fights and you had a champion. And now you coming out saying that the guy's going to drop his belt and go to 47? That's an indictment of itself. When I said that they signed this man to play keep away. How long I've been talking about that, y'all? How long have I been talking about that? Did they sign this man to play keep away? The way they did Boo Boo. How he never going to smell he never going to smell it. We got to keep it. We got to keep that pressure. My man Jose say, hit that like button. That's right. Hit that like button, y'all. Please. If they want to become champion in the most legit title, they need to fight him. Yeah, we're not going to let them act like, because this is what they do, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this is how y'all want to listen. Now, we can't be no Monday morning quarterbacks, no hindsight is 2020s, because I've actually shown and proven to y'all that this is what actually happened when I brought up Jamal Charlo. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing to Boots right now. That's why you got to grab the bull by the horns. You got to get active bodies, get them in there and slap them to sleep. Why? Because they will get you out on inactivity. We already had Subriel and them say that, hey, man, 9 months is the longest layoff I ever wanted to experience, which was one of the longer. I think he had 2 layoffs, but one of them was 9 months. We can't have that. It should have been a plan. We're not going to let them forget and be like, oh, no, because this is how the age-out process works. They'll try to actually, oh, man, high risk, low reward. All these people talk all day, every day about legacy, but then don't acknowledge that this man got a real belt with some decent money behind him. Politics as usual. Every organization is different. They got different rules. That's why I like the IBF. I like the IBF, man, because they pretty consistent. Hitchens could, if went into the fight with Subriel and not have the IBF elimination. Yeah, he could have. And Rolly just saying he don't know Matias at Fight Hut, bro. Hello. He keeps saying he don't know him. Yeah, who is he? Facts. It's not just Hitchens. Hitchens said exactly what body work. Yep. Exactly that. Yep. Yep. Let me see. All right, I think I'm almost. A body work. Why hasn't the Davis and Martin been officially announced yet? Any idea? I think it's the prime rollout, man. I think that's the prime rollout, and I think that David Benavidez thing, especially since he's gonna be in the undercard, and it's been said a lot lately that this whole prime thing, they're gonna actually have to have stacked cards, man, or they all ain't gonna be able to be pay-per-view. So I'm thinking that rollout has a lot to do with it. In my opinion, the youngers at 140 not talking that undisputed shit, huh? Nope, not no more. Not no more. Now the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone, y'all. Nobody want to be oh man, that undisputed. I did now, Devon. Oh man, I did that legacy stuff, man, down at 135. The man had, listen, this is the funniest stat in the world. The man had 1 fight to get undisputed. Oh man, I did that undisputed. I defended it twice. It's like, man, come on, son. He act like he did what Jamel did. Even the run that Canelo had at 68 when he went and actually got all the belts, minus the whole fact that David had already just lost his belt and he decided to muster all that courage to go do it. But even that run, he had to go by and pick up the stones one by one. Even the run that Earl was having before he ran in the bud, he at least went by and picked up 3 stones. He didn't fight one time to get undisputed, defended twice against people who he had, the event. The same guy who he took it from, you already got his number. Another guy that you said was too old and too small 2.5, 3 years later. Now at 140, all that undisputed stuff at 140, none of that matters no more. None of it matters. Haney even used the same sparring twins that Tank used. That's crazy. He's obsessed. I don't know. I think it's the rollout. I think it's really the rollout. You don't hear the fighters. I want all the smoke. The only one to say that Matias, and he called everyone in the division. He called on everybody, bro. He turned into the librarian, bro. Bob and Aaron couldn't guarantee Matias a fight with T.O. That's why Matias signed with the Zone. I'm thinking, man, maybe PBC might have been the play, bro. I didn't know that Majestad Yana said that he would have fought at 140. He said he would have came down to 140 for a right opponent. Majestad Jonas said that. He could have had Boots. They're going to have to see each other anyway. Boots, just like I think Boots and Devon, Boots and Matias, Boots and Richardson Hitchens, Boots and Gary Antoine Russell Jr., they're all going to have to see each other eventually anyway. Right? S.A. Killer Bees Frenchie gang. God bless you, my brother. Salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Is the Paro fight still on? As far as I'm concerned, that's what he said. That's what was said, man, in the article. You know what I'm saying? The hardest channel, no doubt. Salute. Body work, Puerto Rican power, salute. He's saying salute to the chat too, yeah. So that was a while ago. I'm just getting caught up. Matias versus Paro next June, another undefeated power punching southpaw, not a cherry. He just knocked out Montana Love in his last fight. Factor Mundo. Yes, that would be a good fight while it lasts. Paro will get to see if he a dog or not. Ooh, talk that talk, in my opinion. You know why body work? It generates the most cash, plus less we forget mental health. Ryan barked up Haney's tree. I don't know, man. You can't blame him for that. I don't know, man. I don't really like when somebody, I don't know, man. I don't like the tactics, man. I think it's a lot of people don't like the tactics, and you know, it's just a character flaw for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just a character flaw for me, Johnny. As long as you're a champ, you can make voluntary defense as long as it's in the top 10 minus 10. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It just looked kind of suspect, especially when you smearing, you know what I'm saying, Dookie. When you're trying to smear Dookie on somebody's reputation that you don't have no, you know what I'm saying, plans. That's where it gets crazy. You can move how you want as a champ, but you over there smearing Dookie, you picking your nose and wiping it on people's shoulders over here. It's like, hey, man, keep that stuff over there before, you know what I'm saying? It's a character flaw for me. The problem with Devon is that at one point he was about legacy, but that's not the case no more. Yeah, the flip-floppery, Johnny. We're talking about the flip-floppery. Haney wanted to fight for the WBO title when Lopez said he was going to retire. Then, when Haney found out that he wasn't going to retire, he went after the WBC belt. That's a duck to me. Yes, that's what the whole Honor Barbosa clipping was about. Honor Barbosa let that out in the interview. Saludos, body work and chat fam. Arnaldo, Nieves, salute. You know what I'm saying? Salute. I'm tired of these dudes ducking the smoke. What we gonna do about it, y'all? Bronx. What you talking about, bro? The Haney's have been Lopez for years. You know this. Bronx OG, you're right. That is ducking. It's always been drunk Lopez senior ass talking about 50 mil. The problem this dude have is that Subriel ain't going nowhere. He makes weight easy. Yeah, he got that weight thing on lock, man. Cash and following. Easy business move. Like you said, body work. Devon is going for Tank leftovers. Leftover gang. You know what I'm saying? That's the leftover gang, man. It's like, I don't know. That's the problem. Like you can't be smearing Dookie on everybody else and saying that, oh man, that's not a good fight. And y'all be the loudest ones out there barking, and then you're following the same route. Yeah, the silent killer guy out there at 140, the one no one talked about, Gary Antoine Russell. Watch out. Yeah, he's coming back. We got to see what he's going to do. Where's Regis? I thought he had one more fight with the zone. We seeing he in the ranking, but I don't know. We got to call him out. Like, I mean, that's like for him to go. I mean, yeah, you took a butt whooping, but you done got beat up before as a fighter. Where you at? If Subriel can't get the Devon fight out the Paro, I want him to get Regis Progress. Where has Antoine been? We all want to see him. He's the dark. Yeah, we do. What up, my boy? Salute, Josh John. Salute. Hitchens was honest. I respect that. I say that all the time. Hitchens was honest, and he got Gustavo Limos on the plate. You know what I'm saying? I analyzed it. I still think that, man, if Richardson Hitchens do what he's supposed to do, I think he's gonna pick Gustavo Lemons apart, man. I've seen a lot of flaws, man. Now he can punch, but He don't have no defense. His defense is leaky. You know what I'm saying? His defense is leaky, cuz. What's up, guys? Melazar, salute. Demilo Panin. Jose Rodriguez. Champion, what did Hitchens say? He don't want that fire. I guess he want Champ Sports to answer him. Jose Low. Hello, brother. What's going on, Jose? Lemos versus Hitchens is for #1 contender for IBF. Yep. Hitchens said exactly what Bodywork said. He also said Matias is dangerous. He's not going to go in a fight where he doesn't feel right. Gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Hitchens. It's every in 140 division. Yeah. Hitchens said exactly what Bodywork said. Facts. It's not just Hitchens. Yep. I think I'm all caught up now. Let's see. Let me go down here to the new comments. I think I got all caught up. He said, yeah, I disagree. Matias don't need to go to 147. It's all kind of smoke at 140. He don't need to, but I mean, shit, if nobody want to fight, if don't nobody want to sign you, you're going to find yourself just like Jamal Charlo and just like Boots. Because they won't move, yeah, you can say, oh, man, it's all kind of smoke. But if nobody want to fight you, you're going to be looking just like Jamal. You're going to go down the same path that Jamal Charlo went down, same path that Boo Boo went down, the same path that, there's a couple people that then stood around because they were hard, tough. Gary Antoine Russell Jr., Mr. Gary Russell Jr., Cookie Monster. Body work. Salute Cookie Monster. You know what I'm saying? This is why I put you, because you've been telling before facts, not after the fact. Yeah. That's why I try to stay on it. We gotta stay on it, y'all. We gotta stay on it. It's gonna get out of our grasp if we don't, man. We gotta keep it out there, man. You gotta be checking people. You gotta be putting people where they need to be when it comes down to it, man. Because if not, man, our sport gonna die. Nobody is scared of Matias, bro. DHP will fight him when the time is right. Oh, when the time is right. Just like they said they would fight Mr. Gary Antoine Russell. And that all changed. Now, man, okay. All right, Zay. I appreciate that you stick up for your guy. Tank don't need to go up weight class, neither. Subriel to 147. They don't need to, but they're going to be standing around as wallflowers, man, as these people don't really want to do what they got to do. Now, I think Tank don't got that problem. Subriel got a real problem. They saying he high risk, low reward, but the man got a whole belt and some decent money. I agree that DHP will fight him, but he's going to be 47 ASAP after Ryan's washed. Watch. He too big now. Now he too big. Devon said he's still open to a fight with Tank. He will fight Shakur at 142. Oh, man. Come on, man. Stop the cat for Devin. He don't want the smoke. It's obvious, man. Come on, man. Devin wants more smoke than GTD. Come on, man. Zay, if I put this link out, you gonna jump up here and you gonna jump up here? I put this link out, Zay. That's why Tank and Shakur sitting at 135. We speak. No talking about nothing. You gonna put the link out? Because you're doing a whole lot of gaslighting. I guess you don't see what's going on here. I guess you ain't seen it. I guess you don't know how this channel get down. Becoming undisputed is not in these dudes' plans. Subriel got these guys shook. Johnny Ducos Rodriguez. That's facts, man. Devin just wants to attach to Tank fame. Devin brings nothing to the table. That's all it's been, man. That's the disrespectful part. That is duck talk. Y'all don't want to fight. What are you talking about? Who don't want to fight? Devin is calling out Tank to a... You gonna click this link? Bloodshot 610. What's good, body work? Salute. Get the likes up. Salute. Get the likes up, y'all. If you know what I'm saying, I'm not paying attention to likes. I don't even know what they are. This undisputed, the only one winning the organization. The fans lose, the boxers lose, and the champion lose. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. Duck, what if Haney want to fight Tank? He can go down in weight class. We have to keep the same energy. Tank don't want to fight 140 with dude hydrates 20 pounds. You want Tank fight middleweight? Then why don't Tank fight Shakur? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go straight down. Get him body work. I know Zay. Is Zay gonna click the link? We do that body work here. Yeah, hey, is you gonna click the link? I'm hoping you don't let me down, man. I'm hoping you don't let me down, Zay. I'm hoping you don't let me down, Zay. I'm hoping you don't let me down, man. Come on. You can do it. Click the link. You can do it. I'm even getting hydrated for you. Click the link. Zay. We want this guy Zay that's all in the comment section, all just talking about Tank. This is a Subriel Matias video. You in here talking all this stuff about Tank. You gonna stand me up? You gonna stand me up, Zay? You gonna try to come in here and just derail the chat, and then you just gonna stand me up like that? Okay. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Well, I understand. I understand being a fan. You know, you could be a fan of whoever you want. I ain't never say you couldn't be no fan. I don't understand why people do that and listen to the propaganda. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand either. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand either. Did Larry come back? That's Ashy Larry? Is that Ashy Larry? That was Ashy Larry, man. That's Ashy Larry, man. It's just funny, man. It's just funny, man. Like that's really what it really be. That's really what it really is. You know what I'm saying? That's what they really. That's really what it is, man. You say body work, catch him on the block. Zaby on the block. Come catch him slipping. Body work. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. It's I don't really want to tangle like that. You know what I'm saying? I stopped really inviting it because I seen what kind of energy it. But see over here, I think we do a pretty good job at minding our business, and you know what I'm saying, sticking to what our agenda is. You know what I'm saying? What's going on?
Hey, Bodywork, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Thanks for having me on the show. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to defend the good man Zay's honor in the chat. He didn't want any smoke, so I'll take a little bit of smoke for DHP. I was reading his comments, and he's right about a few things actually. Um, I saw that Devon has and so has Bill called out Tank Davis, Javante several times. This is facts. He also has mentioned and would take on Shakira in a fight. In my view, that's facts too. And Devin recently on the interview with Ryan said, "I'm that guy. I'm that guy that will fight anybody. That's me. I'm not, a guy that's going to run here, there." Now, he might make a financial move like he did, like what you were alluding to earlier, sidestepping Sandor Martin for, I don't know if he got sidestep money and going right to Ryan Garcia. But that's, in my view, a financial boxing business move. And it was Ryan Garcia barking up Deb's tree, if you can remember. It was mental health Ryan trying to call out. He called my man out first, and then Deb said, "Of course, yeah, let's do it." If I'm wrong, correct me. That's my understanding. And then he went for a jog with Floyd, and Floyd said, "What are you doing fighting this man? Go and fight Rolly for the belt. Pick up that strap, and then circle back to him. You'll make more money, and you'll have a belt." So, mental health Ryan backed out, and then the Rolly fight fell through, and then they circled back. That's my understanding. But Devon Haney is that guy. Don't get it twisted. Like, don't get it mixed up. He's that guy. He's not going to duck dodge, pull a Canelo on anybody. He'll take Matias. I just don't think he'll be able to his frame will be able to fit and squeeze into 140 pounds when we all know he walks around at the super middle, and it's terribly hard on his body to make 140 anyhow. Forget about 35. That's what I'm looking at. You tell me, Bodywork.
I'm like, where do I start, man? Do you have health insurance, man? When the last time you got a pap smear, man? Like, when the last time you got that thing checked out, man? Because that's gross negligence, man. Like, the way you cannot allow. First of all, you're grown. That's inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? But you already gave me excuses as to why the man can't make weight. Why is he fighting at the weight class then?
I think that he's got, the best. He's got the best nutritionist in his camp. Working away, looking at everything he eats, and you just see his frame. He's massive. This guy is built like as they say, a shit brick house. Like I don't know how he does it. I know on fight night that man is going to walk into that ring around 160 to north pounds. And that's just, definitely, it's definitely ill to make the 140-pound limit. There's no way he's going to stick around. Just like I knew he wasn't going to stick around 135. You heard Bill in the background going, "Yeah, he'll take Shakur, he'll take Tank. He wants all the smoke at 35. We got another fight that comes up. We'll do it." And I absolutely knew that he was not going to stick around at 35. Doesn't matter if they were to, put for 40 million on the table. He's barely able to make 140 now. I'll eat crow and I'll come back on your program if he's able to do another fight at 140. I will. But I'm telling you guys, after this fight, it is curtains. He's going to 47, and I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the year we see Devon fighting at even middleweight. Maybe that's a stretch, but 54, I could see him going, for sure within the year. His body's just too big, but he's not going to duck, run, dodge anybody. I think, we can all agree that if you don't think he's the best in the world, which I do, but that he's among a very small circle, and it's theory, theories to who would beat who in that small little tight class of guys. But I'd like to see him stay at 40. To be honest, I think there's more smoke there, but I just don't think he can. What do you think? Do you think he'd stay at that junior welter, or I mean, you tell me.
I don't know. I mean, you come to the channel, man. For me, you did a lot of the things to where if you really listen to the beginning of the show and you listen to how I break stuff down in the beginning, a lot of things you said and did, they allude to things that I've already spoken about, that we don't do here. It's a lot of assumptive things. There are a lot of it's already built in excuses. It's no real rationale as to why the man, if you saying as next year he could be fighting at middleweight, but it's a cardinal sin to ask him to fight Boots or Bud right now. It's okay for him to come up and fight Regis, right, in one fight, then fight Ryan, who's coming off of a stoppage loss just a fight ago, who was nothing. You called the man mental case Ryan. So it's fans like you've already given this guy all the excuses in the world before the fights even take place. What equity do the fight have if you're going to say that Ryan was a mental health guy? And he's exhibited and showing it now. You can say, oh yeah, they're drumming it up and he's doing this and this, but Devon Haney does not move like he's the baddest guy in the world. I have recordings here where the man say, hey, that's just not a fight that I'm in a rush to. When you say that he would do it with Shakur, how did Shakur get his belt? How did Shakur get his belt if he said it? Hold on. This is something that I love, this, like I said, I appreciate that you come to the channel, so I would never disrespect you or really go at you. This guy Zay, I don't know him, so he would be fair game coming here disrupting, but the way we get down is we don't really do all that. So I appreciate that you going for your guy. My whole thing is, how do you defend some of these things that Devon be saying? How do you defend this? How do you defend this right here? Let me see. How do you defend this?
I mean, Shakur is my boy. That's me, Shakur. We talk every other day. So, I'm not ducking or dodging nobody, but that's not somebody I'm just in a rush to get in the ring with.
So by your logic, how do you defend him saying that?
When was that?
No, man. Come on, man.
Well, I'm just saying things change very drastically, and he's not in a rush to get in the ring with them. Fair enough, but I'm just saying, that excerpt could have been cut and pasted at any. It depends on what time and the timing of that comment. First of all, I think they're two completely different weight classes at this point in time. I really think Shakur is a much smaller frame than Mr. Haney, and I don't see it coming together. But I know that they've had some sparring wars, and yes, Shakur got the better of him. I mean, we're talking about Shakur Stevenson here, but that doesn't allude to the fact that I don't think he would run away, in my view, from that challenge. I just don't think right now it's in the works because of their weight difference. It's just too great. But as far as Matias, I mean, hey, we're on the same page. He is the boogeyman. I'd love to see an Antoine Russell fight. I don't know where he's been, but I think he's the dark horse, or could be, in the division. And we have to see his next moves, but I just don't think that you can really discount Devon saying, I'm that guy. I will step up and fight anybody. And he's been on a pretty good, he hasn't been inactive. That's for sure. He's been on a pretty good run where these other guys like Regis go missing and, they get, I don't know, a good payday and then end up in who knows, maybe Mexico for however long. But I respect him. He's keeping on a really good regimen. He's setting out to do what he's trying to accomplish, which is be one of the ATGs, in my view. But Matias, I would love it for Devon to stay at 140. I really would. I would love it if he did, but I just don't think his brain can handle it, and I don't. I can't see anybody except Hitchens giving Matias an L in that division. I just can't see it. Hard for me to picture maybe Teofimo, but I don't even know if he'd show up to fight unless they pay him like $30 million like he was demanding for the Devon fight.
All right, well, I appreciate you hopping on, man. Like I said, man, I wouldn't go in on you, man. I appreciate that you stand up for your guy. It's just a lot of the things you said. It's for me, man. It'll prevent me from being able to give my guy his shine tonight. So I appreciate you for getting up here, man. I'll address you when you get down.
Okay, well, thanks once again, Bodywork. Keep up the work and the channel, and appreciate the support. Have a great one. Thank you.
All right, salute. Yeah, man. That's just typical. That's typical, like cannon fodder, man. From like the Devon Haney fans, man. It's nothing. It's you'll spend your time, man. I might as well start turning around and start talking to this green screen, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not do that, man. It's all these built-in fallacies, stuff that don't make sense. Like I said, those guys rip equity out of fights and then want all the credit for doing this. They want all of the they want us to be able to ride with them based on assumptions, unproven theories that they actually have, and a track record of saying this and then doing something totally different. Because I remember when they said that it was only going to be one champion at 35 last year, and that was it. Then they announced they did the whole fiasco with Shakur. Then they move up, and it's just. The guy he always has all the advantages of everybody he fights. It's just so many different things. So it's like, nah, I wanted that guy Zay because I think that, for one, I think he does that. If that's probably still Larry. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I wouldn't do that to somebody who regularly come in and comment or whatever. He just no matter what, man, Devon and them, they say open up, and he's gonna say, you know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. It ain't no real need to waste no time on that, man. Ain't no real need to waste no time on that. I'm just gonna be real with you, you know what I'm saying? The proof is in the pudding. If he felt that way about Subriel, we would have got that fight. He would like to see GAR, but he don't want to see Devon in the ring with Subriel. GAR versus Hitchens would be dope, or GAR versus Sims Jr. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And Bub said, "Oh, so Haney and Tank are the same size." Like, nah, the size thing don't. And salute Anubis. What up, Bodywork and everyone? My signal not good, but I'm here. I work in the woods, and some areas have no signal or signal at all. Salute, Anubis. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, like, you know, you see how if you allow them to talk long enough, it's just too much, because on one end they'll say this, and then on the other end they'll say that, and it's almost like, well, make up your mind. Which way are you going? It ain't nothing there. I want some real smoke. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? He commented and he add a little flavor to the channel. So I mean, I ain't gonna go in on him like that, man. It's not even a waste. It'll just be creating an enemy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I want people who really, but that was just a case study, y'all. That's something I can go back and listen to and digest and just really help me understand, you know what I'm saying, my patience. That's all that really is, man. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Typical Devon supporters, the big zigzagging all over the place, just diarrhea of the whatever, man. But I ain't gonna go into my man. He's a Haney supporter, man. He rock with his guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you rock with your guy. You know, it's not gonna stop no matter what you say to them. Or that's the other reason. No matter what you say, they're gonna believe what they want to believe. So, you know what I'm saying? But that's it, man. This was a stake in the ground conversation, man. This was a stake in the ground conversation. This is what it is, man. Subriel Matias. He got it on froze, y'all. We got to keep a stake in the ground. We got to stay doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay repping and putting up that flag. You know what I'm saying? For the guys that's, you know, he is a tough out. You know, if the way the logic of, you know, some of these guys and how they think and how boxing runs, if we let them continue to push things like this, things like guys like this won't survive in the sport. Why? They won't be able to eat. They won't be able to make any money. You know what I'm saying? It's been all that time, especially the kind of fighting style and the brutality and how they approach the game, man. They'll be broke, busted, and disgusted, robbed of their prime. So we can't really let their light dim. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep exposing them. We gotta keep pushing them. You know what I'm saying? Because I told y'all the big picture. I told y'all how he falls, how this guy right here falls in the grand scheme of this right here. You know what I'm saying? We already know who he is. He showed us. He showed us who he was. Sub-Zero, my favorite MK character. That's right. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gonna do, man. We not letting up, man. I might take a step back and try to see, like, where they going with this? How they doing that? How they doing it? Somebody gotta put a stake in the ground, and we gotta start getting better so that, because once you get these, especially when you know the rankings, you know who in there, you know who it all might, you can see right through all that bullshit. It ain't no need to argue. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no need to argue, man. Any fans are fans of Bill, not Devon, and believe his hype. It's a cult, man. It's really like cultish. It's really like cultish. Like, here, drink this Kool-Aid, and you can be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Just blindly drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do that. We're more responsible than that. And I think we have a responsibility in the sport, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, if you rocking with your boy, you're beyond casual. And as a hardcore, you have the responsibility to be able to say something. It's just like everybody, because Bubs, I think Bubs really like this point. Bubs really like this point. When I pointed out, everybody always talking about the whole 25 pounds and all that, because a lot of people were looking at, or they were poking holes in Canelo with the most recent statement, not about the 150 to the 200 mil, not about that statement, but when he also said that all Benavidez do is bring 25 extra pounds on fight night. A lot of people were like, he, ha, ha. But I've already went past that. It's almost like that saying, you know how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink? You know what I'm saying? You know how, like, a lot of cliches, people say, well, you really don't break them down and read in depth about them. Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you try to make him drink, you will drown him. If you ever try to put somebody's head or nose in the water, if you say, all right, go ahead, take a sip, and you try to force it, you're going to drown him. That's how some of these people are, man. That's how some of the boxing fans are, man. You can't force it. It's not until they're ready to like consume, you know what I'm saying, that you'll really break through to them. Body work, I like how you rock the blue fit today for today's show. You killing it, bro, giving us fire content with these edits. We appreciate your art and delivery. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. You helping us keep the love boxing, knowing there's smoke lovers like us around. We usually get treated poorly in other lives like, yup, you'll get attacked by, yup. Call out for the smoke, yup. So we can come here and discuss matchups we want. Yup. I like Johnny though. Johnny, man, that's my guy, man. Johnny, you know, I like his perspective. But it was a case study for me. You know, there wasn't gonna be no real smoke. Blessing my brother from the gym, warming up, body work time. Heck, the top. That's right. Get it in, get that work in, man. Get that burn in. Don't worry about those trolls. They clouds chasing by controversial. Yeah. Clout chasing by being controversial. I got you. Matias so dangerous. Anyone would lose more in the long term despite getting a win in the fight against this guy. Jack Niel Acevedo. Salute. Thanks for your contributions, man. We know what we got, and real boxing fans know it too. Yep. Ghost. Y'all seen Robert Garcia interview about Matias? Yeah, Ghost. Yeah, man. We talked about that, man. We talked about that interview, man. Robert Garcia, that's what he was saying, basically. You can survive, but, you know, will you survive? Because you can win the fight, but still be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of them kind of fights, man. It's the kind of fight that nobody really want to see. But to bring it all back, to really make it all make sense, man, look. This is the kind of platform I've always wanted. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of platform I've always wanted, to where you can come and you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can disagree. I don't care who you a fan of. Just have some substance, you know what I'm saying? Add something to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, be willing to absorb and receive something before you want to put your stuff out. And a lot of people just want to go and, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they've been getting punched on, so they just want to come through and just punch somebody. Now, you know what I'm saying? I can get real disrespectful. I could be real star. I could, you know what I'm saying? I could really put somebody to shame. It says why. I don't get off on coming online. Just, you know what I'm saying? I don't get off on that. And I said, I want this channel to be different. This is a wealth-based channel. Like, I want to be around. I'm on a wealth base. So, like, yeah, there's a lot of people that's going like this. You know what I'm saying? I might not be going like this. I'm going like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know that I don't want to be all the way up there. So this is a place where, you know, I come, I bring some truth, and like I said, hopefully y'all get something from it, and y'all walk away with something. I've been missing the live, man, at work. Yeah. Just keep catching the playbacks, man, and keep chiming in. You know what I'm saying? Keep chiming in. The 300 in the building. All love and respect. Salute. Yep. I feel it. It's okay. People got different fighters, but what is okay? Believing all the propaganda on corporate channel. Yeah. That's the whole thing. This is why I like independent content creators. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, man, it's you know, what can I say? What can I say, man? It's a case study, y'all. That's a case study. You know what I'm saying? That's just a case study. This is what we're dealing against, man. And they get mixed up, sent around, you know, batteries put in their back, spun around, you know what I'm saying? They get sent out like little minions. Just just dizzy, just bumping into stuff. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Anyways, man, you know I got love for y'all, man. I had to come put another stake in the ground for the boy Subriel, man. And like always, man, I appreciate the energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my peoples, man. We gonna get it popping. We gonna get it popping, and trust me, I'll never, ever steer you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Are you in good hands? Anyways, y'all, man, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to Body.